Welcome learners and math lovers for the course on topology. In the previous video, we are proving the equivalent statements for continuity of a function. The statements are: if f is continuous, then f of closure of a in x is contained inside closure of f at a, f of k in y. F inverse of k is closed in x for all the closed subsets k of y, and for all x belongs to x and every neighborhood vfx of fx, there is a neighborhood ux of x such that ux is contained inside the inverse image of vfx. And to begin with, we have proved that for 1 implies 2, we have proved that 2 implies 3. And then we stopped and I have given a task for you to prove that 3 implies 4 and then 4 implies 1. In that case, it's a cyclic, and then we have proved, or we are done with the entire statement. And this is how we have done. We have proved 1 implies 2. We have proved 2 implies 3, and now we will prove 3 implies 4. So let's prove. Let us prove that 3 implies 4. Let's check the color because we are going with the colors. Red color may not be visible, so let us use yellow. 3 implies 4. This is what we are going to prove now. So what is 3? 3 says f inverse of k, let f inverse of k is closed in x for all closed subsets k of y. This is our assumption. Let us write what we have to prove. To prove that, let us write that also for understanding. For all x belonging to x and every neighborhood v fx of fx, there is a neighborhood, say u suffix x of x, such that ux is contained inside the inverse image of the neighborhood v, that is vfx. This is what we want to prove now. And as we know how to get the statement, this is for all the values of x and for every neighborhood. So let us take some arbitrary x in x and some arbitrary neighborhood vfx. Okay, so this is what we want to prove now. Let x belongs to x. Let us take one point x belongs to x arbitrary, and let us take some neighborhood, and let v be neighborhood of fx. Okay, now if you want to draw the diagram, let's again see how it will be. This is our x, this is our y, so capital Y. Now what we have done, we have taken a point x in x, so this is our x, and we have taken a neighborhood of fx. So we have the function f here from x to y. Since x is in x, obviously fx will be in y, and in this fx we have taken a neighborhood of fx in y. Okay, this is the present scenario now. Go back. Yeah, let x belongs to x and v be the neighborhood of fx. What does this mean? That is, this fx belongs to v. And of course, if fx belongs to V, this will imply your x will be in the inverse image of V. Right now we don't know where is inverse image. Right now we don't know where is the inverse image, here, or it may be empty or it may not be empty. That we don't know. Okay, now V is neighborhood of fx means what? This implies V is open in Y. So V is the neighborhood means it's the open set which contains fx. So we have V which is open in Y, and of course if it is open, then complement of V in Y, that is Y difference V, is closed in Y. And this is where we will use our hypothesis. Now our hypothesis is, if you take any closed set in your codomain, its inverse image is closed. So Y difference V is closed in Y. This implies, let us go on the next page. This implies the inverse image F inverse of Y difference V is closed in X. Okay, so this is our V here. It's complement of V is outside the part. So outside part is closed. So when it is the inverse image of that outside part here, it is closed in X. Okay, if we want to draw it over here, it will be a complete mess kind of this. Okay, so let's go with this. F inverse of Y difference V is closed in X, and we also know that this X belongs to F inverse of V, because fx belongs to V, that implies x belongs to F inverse of V, as fx belongs to V. Now x belongs to F inverse of V. This also is there. This implies the fx does not belong to Y difference V, because fx belongs to V, and if you remove that entire set V from Y, it cannot be in Y difference V. So if fx does not belongs to Y difference V, this implies x cannot be the inverse image of this set. So x cannot be inside F inverse of Y difference V. Okay, now again remember F inverse of V, F inverse of Y difference V is closed in X. So now if we see, okay, X, let us write here itself. This implies, now if X does not belong to F inverse of Y difference V, and this entire thing is a subset of X, this implies X will belong to the complement of Y difference V. Okay, because X is in X, X is in X, and X is not in F inverse. So obviously, as I said, this is a subset of X. X is not here means X will be in the complement of it, because X is in X. Now, since this Y difference V is sorry, this inverse is there. Complement of this is F inverse of Y difference V. Now, since F inverse of Y difference V is closed, that's what we have written in X, this implies X, the complement of it, that is X difference F inverse Y difference V, is open in X, and X belongs to it. So now let us take U to be X difference F inverse of Y difference V. Let us take this. That is X belongs to U and U is open. That means we got the neighborhood of X. Okay. Now what we wanted to show, we have written, for every X in X and every neighborhood V, there is a neighborhood U such that this happens. So we have taken a point x, we have taken a neighborhood, we got a neighborhood u. Now our claim is u is contained inside the inverse image of the neighborhood of v. That's it. Okay. So claim this u is contained inside inverse image of v. This is what we want to show now. Once our claim is proved, and then our statement will be true. So to do this, let us take a point in u. So let us take u belongs to capital U, and capital U is nothing but the complement of f inverse image of y difference v. This implies x is not here, so x belongs to this, and also we know that this implies u belongs to x, but this u cannot be in inverse image of y difference v, because if at all this u was this does not belong. If u was in this set, then u cannot be in the complement of it. Okay, so this implies, since u is in the domain, that implies fu will be inside the codomain, and this u does not belong to this. That means f of u does not belong to y difference v. So if f of u does not belong to y difference v, and we know that f of u belongs to v, this implies y. This implies fu belongs to v, and if fu belongs to v, this implies u will belongs to the inverse image of v. So we have started one point u in u, and we proved that that point u is in f inverse of v, the inverse image of v. This implies u is contained inside f capital U. U is contained inside f inverse of v, and this is what we wanted to prove, to claim that 3 implies 4. So hence we have proved 3 implies 4. The only statement what is remaining now is 4 imply 1. Okay, so again, as a good habit, let us write what is 4. Let us write the 4. So let for all x in x and every before that, let me make a statement that we have drawn the diagram here. So you mark the points, whatever we have written in the theorem, you can mark the regions accordingly. That will help you to understand what is going about. Okay, so 4 implies 1. To prove that 4 implies 1, let us take the statement 4. The statement 4 says that for all x belongs to x, and for every neighborhood, say v fx of fx, there is a neighborhood, say ux of x, such that this ux is contained inside the inverse image of vfx, v suffix of x. This is what we assume. To prove that the statement 1, and the statement 1 is, we have to show that f is continuous function. To show that f is continuous, and the definition of continuity you know. We have to show that the inverse image of an open set is open. Okay, so let us take a open set first. So let v be open in y. Let us take an open set in y, and let us take a point x belongs to f inverse of v. Why have we taken this point? Because we need to show that. Oh, okay. Let me write that. Let v be open in y, to show that f inverse of v is open in x. This is what you have to show. So by definition, take a point in f inverse of v, get a neighborhood which contains inside. Okay, so let But let us take a point that x belongs to f inverse of v. So if x belongs to f inverse of v, that implies fx should be in v. And since by hypothesis now we can say, and hence what is our hypothesis? Hence v is neighborhood, v is open, v is neighborhood of fx. Hence by 4, that is our hypothesis, there exists a neighborhood, let us take ux of x such that ux is contained inside inverse image of v. But we'll show that this f inverse of v is the union of all those ux. So claim f inverse of v is nothing but set of all those unions of ux, where this x, your indexing set, that x is in f inverse of v, this indexing set. So if you claim this, then we know that ux is open, and arbitrary union of open set is open, that means our right hand side is open, and of course that will imply our left hand side is open, and we are done with the theorem. Okay, so to claim this, right now ux is contained inside f inverse of v for all x belongs to f inverse of v, right? This is because our hypothesis here, you choose any x, that ux will be in the f inverse of v. So if all those ux for each x belongs to f inverse of v, it is contained inside f inverse of v. That implies if you take the union of all those ux, that will be contained inside f inverse of v. This is the first part. Now we have to show that this is a subset of this, that means both are equal. And for that, let us take a point in the right hand side. So that x naught belongs to f inverse of v. Take a point in your right hand side. If x naught belongs to f inverse of v, this implies there exists, hypothesis, there exists ux naught such that this x naught belongs to ux naught, which is contained, of course this is one of the union, there exists x naught ux naught such that x naught belongs to ux naught, and this one will be inside all those ux, x belongs to f inverse of va. This is one. If you add more and take the unions, obviously it will be a subset of this. So we have taken a point in f inverse of v, and we proved that that point is in the union. This implies f inverse of v, the subset of union ux, x belongs to f inverse of v, and therefore something error, is error.